Hey, Gregory.
What's up?
Guess what we doing today?
Jumping rope.
All right, but we gonna have. Oh man, you messed up. But guess
clipped
what?
my foot.
Yeah, okay. But we're gonna have this great organization called DC Retro Jumpers. They are going to come in and give us some nice demonstrations and talk about double dutch and the benefits, the fitness benefits.
Get you in shape. That's what it is.
All right. Whew, I'm tired.
Hey, you breathing heavy. Come
I
on,
know.
let me
Cool.
see it
Let's do
again.
it again. Come on, hurry. Come on, Greg.
I got it.
All right, let's go.
Come on.
All right.
Going fast now this time.
Hey, I'm Veronica Harris, and you're watching. And you're watching the Veronica Harris Show.
Stay tuned.
On you.
We start?
Yes.
Oh, hey, y'all. We're here at the Veronica Harris Show, and today's guest is Miss Robin Ed, an acrobat and entertainment athlete. I call her a shero because she goes around D.C. teaching after-school programs to young ladies, teaching double dutch, something dear to my heart, which is fitness.
Yes, fitness is dear to your heart. She is currently director of the DC Jumpers, which is
Retro Jumpers.
Oh, I'm sorry, retro. Hello, retro. We're taking it back to the old school.
Absolutely.
But you know what? And I'm glad you said that because jumping rope is kind of vintage, old school. I know when we were growing up, you know, we used to be on the porch, go on the porch, we jump rope, you know, and if we couldn't find an extra person to turn, we just tied it to the rail. It just turned, and we just had a good time. I mean, that was just jumping rope, and at recess, you know, we had the ropes going and stuff like that, and you know, if there were any guys around, they always ran through the ropes, like, stop that with our ropes. You know, it's just, that's what it was.
Well, no longer the with the cords, the
extension
cords.
Yes, no, it was the clothesline.
Clothesline.
Yes, for double dutch, you had to get it, you double it up, and yes, clothesline. That was the best rope.
We do the beads now.
Oh,
a little
yeah.
bit more safer.
Yeah, you skin them legs. You're like, turn back, skin them legs.
So, Miss Ed,
Yes.
I know you've been performing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You had over 900,000 views on one Facebook or some. Tell us about some of the places you performed and where you may be performing next.
Well, currently we're at 3 after-school programs on Capitol Hill: Maury Elementary School, School Within Schools, and John Tyler Elementary Schools. But we've gone out to many churches. Open, as a matter of fact, Open Door Baptist Church is where we were in the paper.
Okay.
In
That's
our
right. You were in the
neighborhood.
Washington Post recently. Yeah. And those 900,000 views. That's it, right? You know, math is always an issue for me.
Something like that.
Was at the Prince George's County Police Officers Jumping Double Dutch event. So, and you've also been at the NBC Health and Expo event.
We'll be there on March the 10th and the 11th of this year.
Can't wait for it.
Absolutely.
All right.
You need the guys, because the guys, they think it's a girl sport, but actually it's a heart sport. It's no pink or blue.
Yeah, well.
It's just human physical fitness.
And the boxers, they all, you know.
Yeah, from a guy's perspective, and why I'm gonna get with the rope is for the comeback. All right, I need that rope to get my foot speed back together. Can't wait for it. Now, since we're talking about training,
Okay.
I know when I jump a lot of rope, you know, the impact, the joints. You experience any of that as a jumper?
Not really. It's a correct way of jumping.
So you jumping incorrectly.
Okay.
If you jump on the balls of your feet, that lowers the impact on your knees and your other joints. So and that's why I have my bunny hop. My bunny hop gets everybody in the rope and out the rope. That it's less impact on your joints. So it's a proper way of doing. You don't want to jump on your whole foot. You want to jump on the balls of your foot. So that lessens the impact. Absolutely.
Now, what about footwear? Do y'all, you tend to use a certain footwear for the jumping?
Just some correct tennis shoes. I mean, tennis shoes
that have good support
with some
and
good support.
cushioning.
Other than that, I don't prefer the boots or casual shoes. I like the tennis shoes. Tennis shoes are better because they have that support and the absorbing of the impact of the foot.
Well, back in the day, we did it barefoot. We just ran
Yes, we did. Yes, we
But
did.
I remember jumping rope just because you know, it was fun. There was some competitive, you know, trying to get into that rope.
That's
You know,
right.
that was, you know, they always had that one person who you be turning, be like, hurry up, get in the rope. And we'll demonstrate how long it took. But you know, you make jokes about that, like anything. But I digress. But the fun thing was just like, land, line. On time. You know, I learned how to count by fives by jumping rope. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, you know, and people don't understand it's you know, in terms of education wise, interdisciplinary, like you can introduce like math concepts, like learning how to count by twos. If you wanted to remember like the colonies, you come up with little mnemonic devices to do that. So jumping rope can really, you know, help you educationally as well as physically.
Absolutely. We're doing that. As a matter of fact, I'm getting with one of the guys who does STEM, and he's going to tell them how many repetitions the rope turn and that type of thing.
You know, there's a lot, there's physics involved, the whole motion and movement, and you know, and people, not people, but some, you know, for the guys, or maybe people think that, oh, well, how does this benefit me physically? You know, you and I, we always talk about the the skill-related components of fitness. For instance, agility, coordination, balance, you know, all of reaction time, all of that. That's just so important. And then there's, you know, in terms of movement, there is, you know, developing rhythmic movement. You know, there's asynchronous and synchronous movement, and then you also have
body alignment.
You know, body alignment. And then also for people, you know how they have different types of learning. You know, Gardner's different spatial, you know, learning spatial awareness, like how your body is in motion, that kinesthetic.
Absolutely.
You know, it's all of that.
So, Robin.
Yes.
When you preparing for your performance, about how long is your practice, your rehearsing?
Like we're about to have a basketball halftime performance, and we're gonna have about 7 to 10 kids. And what I do is, if 5 of the kids are in the same school, we will practice what we're going to do in the performance just for those kids. I might get a total group and participate maybe a half an hour. I don't want to beat them to death, but just get them to know what we're going to do at the performance, and then be done with it, because it's supposed to be fun, and I want to keep it fun. I don't.
But just like anything, especially something that is somewhat skill intensive. You gotta practice. The only way you're gonna get better is you gotta practice, though.
Yeah.
You do have to practice.
We do practice.
Okay, so how often do you guys practice?
We practice at least 3 days a week, and that's Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
For how long?
For about 2 or 3 hours. Given,
so you really do get into
absolutely,
it.
absolutely. I want them to be informed of what they're going to do. I don't want them to get there and then,
you
know, get starstruck. So if they know if they practice what they're doing, when they get there, it'll be easy.
I would think jumping rope, and then because I said, you know, growing up, jump rope hard was our thing. But I would think jumping rope, whether it's single rope or double dutch, that requires a lot of focus.
Absolutely.
And maybe for disciplinary, like kids that maybe have disciplinary issues, or maybe kids that have maybe some kind of emotional issues, you know, learning how to focus, needing to focus, that you can use that for that as well.
Absolutely. I've seen that a lot too, where kids who are very shy, they'll watch us for a minute, but then when they see their friends do it, they become even more curious, and then I'll get them and be like, give me one chance, just one time, and they love it once they get in and see what they're doing. It's
now,
wonderful.
has there ever been a person? Because back in the day, we tried to teach our mother how to jump. Me and my sister, I never forget, right on that front porch, it was a summer night, and she you know, she didn't give up. She persevered. She dedicated. You know, she was dedicated too. She got in that rope. She did a few. We tried to teach you too. We tried.
Now, I was talking about teaching how to rope. Okay.
Has there ever been a person that you just could not teach? They just had no. It just didn't work. Like, how do you just gonna turn?
It wasn't because that they couldn't jump. It was that they couldn't jump high enough for the rope to go under their feet. That's the only reason that kept them from jumping. Other than that, they would have jumped. So yeah.
You see that in basketball. You
So
can't
do
jump
you
high.
have to is the training rope
Couldn't
only,
slide.
or do you do other things to prepare for the training? So like
How do you prepare to, like, how do you train to jump double dutch? Like, is there other forms of training? Like, do they do running? Do they, you know, what other things might they do to help them train to be a good jumper?
Well, what I do for my, like when I had the 10-week program, we did a 15-minute little warm-up, and the warm-up consists of just regular PE calisthenic movements, whether it's the jumping jacks, running in place, and then what I do is I incorporate that into the rope, the same movements. So they already know how to do a jumping jack. They already know how to do a bunny hop. So they incorporate that into, and then what ends up happening, those 3 or 4 little movements becomes a routine that the kids are familiar with. So and the guys love it. The guys love it because then it's not a girly thing. They doing their jumping jacks. They doing their boy movements. So they enjoy it even more. So yeah, I incorporate a lot of calisthenics, just regular calisthenics.
Now are you still? I know you were an acrobat.
Acrobat.
So
Grizzly acrobat.
So we're talking about flips and
absolutely.
jumps. Now,
Absolutely.
do you have some jumpers that incorporate those kind of tricks, jumps? I mean, I've seen double the competition where they flip into the rope and then they're in the rope and they do. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that they can do once they're inside the rope.
I keep it to a minimum because of the school situation, but my daughter, I allow her to learn how to do the flips and those type of things. So yeah, my daughter does it, but not the regular students yet. They know how to do it, but not yet.
Hey, Robin,
hold on,
we got to take a break right now. Coming back from the break, I want to invite you. I want to see if you can come to where I train at and teach. A lot of adults, they need, I'm trying to get them fit, and maybe we can do some kind of jump rope expo there. All right.
I would love that.
And,
I would love
okay,
that.
stop trying to network and get on there, but we got to talk about the break. And also when we come back, we're going to talk about double dutch safety. Safety first.
Etiquette,
got to be nice. All right, so we'll be right back.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Okay, Robin. Now,
And we're back.
let me know the best jumper you've seen, some of the best routines you've seen, because I remember watching it, and as soon as someone was jumping and they turn around, I was like, whoa, she turned around in the rope. And then I seen somebody do a flip in the rope, a cartwheel or something in the rope. What's some of the most
in the rope or into the rope?
Into the rope,
Okay.
in the rope.
Okay.
What's some of the things you've seen that kind of wowed you, or
The kids wow me all the time, but I had one incident where down at Southwest Farmers Market, and we were sharing double dutch. Well, it was a pastor from a church, and it was a group, 25 or more members. I guess he wanted to show them out. I didn't think he could jump, but he got in there, jumped, and then he went down on the ground and did the mountain climb where you can get down and do push-ups.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, this blew me out the wall. Because he
Wow.
didn't look like he could jump. But he got in the rope, he jumped 2 or 3 times, and then went down to the ground. And I'm looking like, okay, let me pick him up.
Okay.
So
But that's what's great about jumping rope. Like, you don't have to look like him.
Absolutely.
Or
And he
you don't,
didn't.
you can really be any shape or size.
Any
and
shape or size.
really, if you just have, like I said, coordination, balance, rhythm, good reaction time, kind of also good hand-eye coordination, you can be fine.
But
You can be good.
even once they're taught, they become creative. I mean, because some of the things, we had a Star Wars partner jumping. The girl was doing the
lightsaber?
laser, and the little boy went backwards and jumped out of the rope.
Oh, wow.
That blew my mind. And I didn't teach them that. I showed them how to jump, but they were very, very creative, very creative.
Okay.
I like that.
Now, and what you made interesting, how you
Wait,
said
wait,
you
no.
had to pick, no, I'm not holding up.
But wait, no.
You said you had to pick them up, right? And we were talking off the air how the turner has to be like really good and in sync to keep up with the jumper.
The secret to double dutch, I don't care what nobody say, are the turners.
Yes.
They have to pick up what's going on inside that rope. If you're jumping fast, we got to know that you're jumping fast, so we got to turn fast. If we know that you're going to do a flip, we got to know that we got to slow the rope down to pick it up. So
last time, real quick, last one. So, Rob.
Yes.
All right, so when we know what wowed you, give us an example of a jump rope gone wrong.
I don't
That's
think
gonna be.
Somebody just strangled in the rope.
I don't think I've had one of them, and
I'm
I'm glad that we've never had one of those. So we.
Okay, good.
The lowest one is where the guy couldn't jump high enough off the rope, off the ground to get the rope underneath his feet.
No injury,
no
never had to call
injuries, thank
ambulance.
God.
That's
None
good.
of that.
All right, okay.
I'm glad you.
So I'll give it a try then.
Oh, thank you.
I'll give it a try.
I'm glad you put up injury because when I was gonna talk about safety, because back in the day we didn't really like somebody when they were jumping, we pull them.
When you ain't like somebody, that's one of your moves.
No. Okay. Anyway.
Mean as a rattlesnake.
Not a rattlesnake.
Anywho, there's such a thing as double. Well, you've not created, but you make mention of. I know whenever I teach a new sport activity, safety's always first.
Safety is
and you
first.
actually have a double dutch safety etiquette, and there's conduct rules.
Yes.
So you gotta behave.
Yes, you do, or else you will not get a turn.
You will not get a turn. You will be skipped. So again, we talked about spatial awareness. Like know where you are at all times.
At all times.
Okay, and
that's a life lesson.
Yeah, exactly.
Life lesson.
Not,
everywhere you go, you got to know what's going on.
That, cause listen, you might as well be me in the classroom. Because every time I'm like, this is life lesson here. Because that's what education is about life. And health is about life.
Absolutely.
But like, do not run or jump across ropes. So if you see a rope turning, you shouldn't, like them boys, you shouldn't go zipping across. If you get tangled in the rope, stand still.
Stand still. Let us help you out of there.
Yeah, it's like when you swimming, if you go, stop moving. Like, let us help you. Do not walk towards turning ropes. Obviously, do not pull or snatch the right outside. If you want to turn it out, woo, you got it right here.
The kids love to turn. That's a good thing. So one thing they know how to jump, but if they know how to turn, that's a double thing.
No sitting during class. That's very important. Head should always be facing the jumper. Very good, unless you're doing a turn.
Absolutely.
And teamwork makes that. It's a team thing, and especially with not even if you're doing single, double dutch. I mean, and people don't understand like, oh, I'm just turning. No, you're a very integral part because again, it's almost like you're the quarterback of the team. You gotta notice change of speed.
Absolutely.
You gotta know just anything and you have to be aware. And it's almost like you have to think about it before it is. But
remember all that, because after the break, we're going to do the demonstration. So remember all the safety tips. Don't embarrass yourself, and we'll be back.
When I was in high school, I was physically at school, but my mind wasn't at school. I had problems at home, and that's hard when you feel like you're doing it alone. That's when I met our niece, my mom, as I'll call her. She started helping me a little bit, like, Nia, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but your future is more important. She's my strength. Just being a support for those hard days and those hard nights, not giving up on me. Thank you to my mama. I wouldn't have did this if it wasn't for her. Today is for my mama and everybody who had my back. It takes a village to help somebody get their diploma. Some people think, well, maybe it's really not that big of a deal, but it really is. It changes your whole life.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
And we're back, and now is the time for the demonstration. You ready?
Are you ready?
I'm ready to jump.
What you gonna do?
I'm gonna do some double dutch, and I'm gonna do Listen, you
When the last time you jumped some?
don't you worry about it. Well, the last time was a show we did at the while ago.
Okay, well, Robin said she wanted a male presence on the rope, so I'm gonna give it a try.
All right, so, well, let's bring in our people right now. Let's come on in. All right, here we go. Okay, now we have our guests in here for our demonstrators from the DC Retro Jumpers, and everybody wants you to introduce yourselves.
I'm Carlisle Prince. I'm from DC.
We know you're CC.
I'm CC from DC.
Okay, all right now. Who we got over here?
I'm Myra Martin.
I'm an Anya-Rae.
Hold on, say that again so the people in the back can hear you.
I'm an Anya-Rae.
There you go.
Hello, and I'm Robin Ebb.
Okay, so now we are about to do our demonstration. So Gregory and I are going to step out the way, and you guys are going to show us what double dutch. We're going to show double dutch first, or?
So I'm going to show Anya-Rae first, and then Myra second.
Okay, so you're going to show. All right, here we go. Let's get it.
Just get in double dutch. You ready? And let's go.
Keep going. Keep Cause we're gonna still, I'm gonna
One can jump and one can dance, 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 dance. One has a hole in a seated airbag.
And run.
Salute to my captain, salute to my captain,
Yeah.
and bow to my queen, and touch the.
Oh!
Yeah, good job.
All right, all right. Okay, we got a second one. Oh, I see tricks. Hold on.
Jump it out, jump it out, jump it out.
Woo-hoo.
Jump it out. She asked her mother for 15 cents to see the elephant jump over the fence. Jumped so high, she touched the sky, and she never came back to the fortress you like.
Oh, wow, that was great. Oh, my God, that was great. That was great. That was great. That was great.
You ready for this?
Oh, yeah, it's my turn. It's my turn. You want to get it? Hold on, let me take off the jacket. Gotta get ready. Okay. All right. Let's get it. Gregory, you coming in the rope with me?
I'll let him put on his own.
No.
Charlie.
Okay, somebody's gonna have to come in with the rope me.
Charlie.
Come on, Myra.
Charlie.
Go in with her.
Charlie. Charlie. Chapel went to town.
Hey!
My girl.
Go.
The hula hula dance.
Oh!
Oh! Hey! Hey! Oh! Hey! 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 Oh! Hey! Hey! Woo! All right!
Ooh.
Okay!
Good job.
Woo! All right. But of course, we gotta do something for Gregory. So maybe we do something single.
Come right here.
Some
That
single.
looks too difficult.
Nope, it's not. So the bunny hop, right? So this is what you're going to do. Bunny hop right to the center, right?
Stay in the blue.
Jump and jack, right? Whatever you want to do.
Can you do that, Gregory?
That's all you're doing, Gregory.
Here's your
Don't
spot.
jump so high. You want to stay down low like you jumping single. Jump, 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 jump,
All
right?
right, all
The
right.
rest is up to us. Come right here.
Okay.
Don't go that way. Go that way.
Don't you love the way she instructs? I like the way she teach.
You ready? Wait a minute. You ready?
Here we go.
Wait a minute. Wait until I say go. Watch. Ready?
All
Come
right.
on, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it.
Rope.
me,
Jump,
Gregory.
jump, 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 and go.
We got you, Glenn. We got
Jump,
you.
Oh, okay.
See? Look at me, Gregory. Look at them eyes. Can you dance for me?
Okay. All right, all right. I did a little something. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, with my daughter.
Okay, we can do that.
I'm right here, Nani.
Ooh, wee.
See? Wasn't as hard as you thought, was it?
See?
I had my eyes closed.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me go. Oh, all right.
Jump, jump,
Back up. Give me some room. Give me some room.
jump,
Right
jump,
there.
jump, jump, jump,
Jump,
jump. Same time, same time.
Hey.
Good job.
That's all right. It was
Good
good.
job, Anya-Rae.
High
Good
five.
job. High five.
All right. Well, come.
One time.
Bring it in.
Bring
Bring
it
it in.
on in. Bring it on in.
Come
Bring
on,
it in.
Naya.
As we say it, bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it in.
Bring it in.
Wow. Well,
Come
Gregory,
on,
you
right
breathing a
fine.
little heavy?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, I'm breathing a little heavy too. That was awesome. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Woo! I was bringing it back to. Woo! I was like, we gotta do this some more. Oh my God! Listen, if you out there and you're looking for something to do, that's gonna make you. You know. Woo! Woo!
Breathe in your nose, out your mouth. In your
You know, I love the way you teach. I do. You remind me of my mom. Nah, but, you know, okay, so this brings us to what is Veronica thinking? And what is Veronica thinking is, if you are looking for something to get yourself fit, have some fun, and just get crazy, get loose every once in a while, think about jumping rope. Yes. Get some double dutch. You know, all you need, listen, they got this nice rope here, but if you know from back in the day, all you needed was a clothesline, extension cord. That's right. You know, that's all you needed. And get some friends that can turn. Yeah. You don't want no double-handed people. And get out there and do something. You know, just jump.
And if you get really good at it, you can be an entertainment athlete like Miss Robin Ed.
Yeah, that's the new generation of athlete. We are entertainment athletes. Yes. All right, so you know what? Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
And
it's our pleasure.
On the count of 3, can we say deuces? Alrighty? 1, 2, 3. Deuces!
All right.